Hi, I'm Cher. I am store manager for New Zealand Fabrics and Yarn and convener for Waiheke Spinners and Weavers. I'm very tired. Kia ora and welcome to day 4. I've just come back from work. It's been a hot day. I'm exhausted. I've been up since 4 this morning. I had to rush up to where my daughter is self-isolating and she was so sick that I had to be on hand. I slept in a whare next door. I tell you, I didn't sleep much. My daughter's in her 30s, but still, you never stop being a mum. And just in case I had to call an ambulance. Anyway, she's through the worst of it, and I'm an exhausted mother. It never stops. Anyway, day 4, I will open up my little gift at the end. I'm looking forward to day 4. Now, I think the other day I was talking to you about hussiffs, and I was talking about my Frida hussiff. So I've got it here. So I can show you. I'll just take some of the things out. So this is the original, my original hussiff. Of course I didn't move everything at the same time. So this was my original hussiff. It's all made from upcycled fabric. Most of it is an old bed sheet from my friend Marissa. And I've just realised I forgot my my microphone, but I'll just have to talk a bit louder. So this is my original hussiff. This is where I keep all my cottons. I used a Frida pendant that I'm no longer wearing as a little toggle to keep it closed. I've got my trademark little magnet tucked in behind here. I've got my lovely little bucket which is full of thimbles. This little pouch here has got my snips and extra sewing needles. It's got a little magnet enclosure just to keep it closed. Pin cushion which is full of wool and something like cotton is, oh no, it's a thimble, it's alright, fallen out. That's my little pin cushion. It's double-sided so I can put many cushions in there. And here I have a little for my big tapestry needles sitting in there. It's got a little magnet tucked in behind the fabric so it doesn't fall out. I didn't really want to put an enclosure on it, I just wanted it to fold down. This is the other side, very plain, using all my, this is an old bed sheet. I really love the designs I got on this, and it is, I've got a linen, 100% linen bias binding around the edge. Traditionally they didn't use bias binding, just strips of fabric, but I had bias binding in my stash, so that's what I used. This little pocket, and the reason why I made it was because last Christmas my friend Vanessa gave me some scissors, these beautiful scissors here, for a Christmas present. I thought they needed a new home, so I started making a hussiff, and it sort of grew from there when I was house sitting for my friend Max and Judy, looking after their chickens and their sheep. So and you can see a little thimble sticking through, and that's where my scissors sit, and I tied it around there. And then I realised I just needed something a little bit extra in my hussiff, so I've made a Day of the Dead 100% wool felt needle case. I've got magnets tucked in behind here so I can just pop my needles there without having to stick them anywhere. The needles that I'm using at the moment I put through the teeth, and I got some more needles on the back. It's double-sided and I've stitched it together. So that was really fun to make, and I themed it in with my Frida themed hussiff. So I thought I'd show you that today. And I'll stop that from falling out, my little bucket pocket, and it works really well, and I'll show you what it's like when it folds out. So I just pop the skull inside and wrap it up, and it can grow, it's expandable. I often have lots more in there than I actually need, and I have a little button on the end of the wrapping cloth which I can just, when I wrap it around, I just tuck it in and it keeps it nice and secure. So that's my Frida hussiff that I wanted to show you. That's what started my whole obsession of making hussiffs. Now, oops, and a little thimble that ran away. This thimble I found in the op shop when I was going through the bits and pieces, so a couple of months ago, and it's I think it is a one of the vintage ones anyway, so that was a cool find. Now what else do I have to do? I have a list. I have a list because I'm pretty tired, and where are we? Oh yes, so because I had to go up last night and check on my daughter, I picked up a parcel and I'll just grab it. I haven't even opened it yet, but I've been saving it just for this. My friend Natalie sent it. Nelson, and she's got lots of alpacas, and I think this alpaca is called Excalibur from memory, and it's a Cria, which is a baby alpaca. And just before he went on the table, he did a great big giant poo and stood on it and rolled in grass. So she tried to tidy it up as much as possible. And I have some scissors around somewhere in my hussiff, but I'll just rip it open because that's more exciting. So yeah, I saved this to open up here. And what have we got? Oh wow! I've got lots of little bags of alpacas, alpaca fleeces. She might have done what she did, but she's just popped them into small bags. And I did remember correctly that it is Excalibur. So I'll open up this one bag to give you a look. I'm curious too. He looked gorgeous in the photographs. I'll dig out the photograph then of the wee baby. We did roll in grass. But that's okay, I've got my hackles, and it is a beautiful Cria fleece, and I'll pull out a lot so you can see. Oh, it's a decent size too. Look at that. That is the fleece. I've got writing on my hand. That is the fleece. Oh my god, it is beautiful. It is absolutely stunning little baby yarn with the crimp on that. And since I'm showing you this one, and he did really roll in some grass, never mind, but it's a beautiful dark coloured fleece. Beautiful. And it's Cria. So I'll take that to spinning tomorrow and start processing it, even though I'm already on another one. But anyway, I might just take a bag and process it and spin some more. So that was that. Everything's falling over. Anyway, I'll show you in my other book here. So this is Misty, the one that I am spinning at the moment, and that is my Misty fleece, and it's quite a lot longer, beautiful soft grey, and that's turning out really beautifully. And I'll just show you, since I've got my little notebook here, I try and keep track of some spinning notes. Occasionally I just open up my e-spinner and go, what was I doing? Because I never know. Anyway, last year, I think it was last year, Nat sent me, was it 7 fleeces, and I decided to blend them up, and it was the year before, and I decided to blend them up. So I worked out all these little formulas here of blending up the fleeces. I actually I was starting off to make a cowl, and then it ended up to be a blanket, and then it became a poncho. So I'll show you that at some time, and that's all hand spun, and it's all in natural colours. So I did a little gradient with all of these fleeces here. So we've got Pa, Aurora, Mama, Enya, Holly, Chino and Tana. Tana being the beautiful, very black fleece. Anyway, so I had a little sample of each one, so I could keep record, and that's all my notes for blending them. And I was weighing the grams and then spinning a bit and then blend some together, and yeah, it was a whole process, but I got notes surprisingly, and I worked out my gradients there, how to blend them and in which order to put them. And when I knit them into the cowl that became that was going to be a blanket that became a poncho, I just knit the whole thing and kept the gradient going. So it's a nice star piece of my of my thing. Anyway, what else did I have in here? So that was the other thing I was going to show you, and Oh, and so at work today, my biggest find today was an upcycle find. We had a bag that was beyond use, so I have stripped it out for parts, as you do. The bag handles are leather, but the bag itself was only good for landfill. So I was able to salvage the handles, beautiful leather handles. So sometimes when you make a cloth bag or a nice knitted bag, it's actually quite nice to have already handmade handle. So I'm going to put some leather conditioner on this and see if I can straighten it out a bit, because having these holes here will be really nice to do a sewing feature onto the bag, whichever bag I make next. But it's always good to have these on hand, and upcycling from a bag destined for landfill is quite a good thing. That was from the recovery shop where I work, the other work. And I've also unpicked some of the zips as well, but this is quite a good find, and that was my big find of the day. So that was the thing, and I have just used the last bit of my brain power to do one shoulder, and I have to sit in a quiet place because I do find kitchen stitch very challenging, and that's just because of my ADHD, left brain dyslexia, that I get there, but it's very challenging. Luckily, so I'll get you the pattern, which I was going to show you the other day, but I couldn't find it, and now I found it. Put it into here. But I had to. So this is the pattern, the Hyldemoer vest by Yonko Shimizu, and it's absolutely beautiful. As soon as I saw this, I hadn't actually spun up my alpaca yet, but I just needed to make that spin the fleece up that I got from Gemma, and I can't remember the name of the alpaca, but I will remember at some point. So this is an idea of the schematic of the vest. So once I've sewn up the other shoulder, I'll be able to knit the collar, and I'll do the pocket if I've got any yarn left. See if I've got any other pictures that I can share. You see any other pictures? No, not really, but that was the main one. I'll put a link to that pattern. Oh, here we go. This is another, don't want to give away too much of the pattern, you need to buy it. And that is another picture of the vest. Absolutely gorgeous, and I just knew it had to be made in alpaca. And to me, I visually thought it was going to be a chunkier alpaca than the pattern required, but you know, it's handspun. It is what it is, and it's worked so far. So I will show you my progress on that. Or the other thing too, I was just thinking about the alpaca. I do find either using the hackles or my combs, which I'm never far from me. Even I brought these across with me. I love using my combs as well to clean a really grassy fleece. I find the combs and hackle to be invaluable for tidying up a fleece like that. So maybe I'll take my combs in tomorrow and do that while I'm at spinning. It's a nice thing to do while you're sort of socialising. Anyway, so this is how far I've got on my vest. I used all of my mental power to do the kitchen stitch on here, and I think I did a really good job. I think I'm getting it after years and years and years of knitting. I think that was pretty good. So I just need to do this one, and then I can finish off with the collar. And the other cool thing about this, which I can't show you on the pattern, but if you go and look at the link, you'll see pictures, and what really inspired me to knit this is this little thing in the back panel. So this actually becomes smock stitches, and I'm just deciding at the moment what colours to use. I did bring some colours with me. I'll probably take this to spinning tomorrow and get the expert advice of everybody there. So I'm either going to use, you just use a thread. I've got a 4-ply. I'm either going to use the blue greeny colour, or I'm leaning towards, this is a vintage crepe yarn. I'm leaning towards this one to do my stitches. I think that would work quite well. So anyway, I'll get the the advice of everyone at Spinners and see what we can do. Now just see, now I guess it's time, I've done everything else, yep, it's time to open up my gift for today. And oops, I had the sticker on it, but that was day 4. So this is my gift today, and let's see, what do we have? It is a handmade peppermint lip balm, and it has in it shea butter, peppermint oil, coconut oil and beeswax. So I'm going to open it up and smell it. Oh, beautiful. I love peppermint. I use peppermint in the gift that I make, but that's at day 9, which I'll be getting a different gift on day 9, because the thing with the Advent gift that we did was we made 24, I did say 25 before, but we made 24 of the same gift, and then Tracy swaps out our day for our day 9 for something else. So, and somebody got to do the day 25, the Christmas Day gift. So yeah, that's how it worked. Anyway, it looks beautiful, feels nice, it's just melting nicely, and yeah, actually exactly what I need. Oh, so far this Advent gift has been real. The Advent calendar gifts have been very pampery, which I think is just what we need at the moment. So that is quite nice. I will stick that in my bag and keep that on track. Oh, I can taste the peppermint. It's quite nice, quite refreshing. Oh, I like that. That is a good little present to have. Now tomorrow, day 5, I don't have the gift yet, so I'll be opening that up on day 6. I'll take a picture of day 6 because I don't want to take it to work. That the day 6 Advent isn't wrapped, so I can take a picture and show that to you on day 6. I'll be going to work on Tuesday, which is 6. Don't feel like carrying it there and back again. And then I might do some filming and show you the cool things about Birkenhead, where New Zealand Fabrics and Yarn is now. Until tomorrow, ka kite ono, take care. I am exhausted and I am just going to go to bed.